As much as I don't want to talk about it, I think it is important that we touch on that, just as a culture and just as human beings.
Yeah, man. And just to keep piggybacking off what you said, neither one of us want to talk about this. It is very triggering. It took me some time to watch it, to like bring myself to watch it, because it's just, you never want to see that happen. You never want to see that happen to anyone, but for a man to do that to a woman on camera,
right,
you definitely don't want to see it happen. But my stomach turned. I had to like really prepare for this video, but in case anyone hasn't seen, trigger warning.
I peek through the back, so we creepin'. Caps are blue, so you know that we begin. And I'm back for the night.
Welcome, y'all. Welcome to another episode of 7 p.m. in Philly. I'm Steve. We got the co-host Scooter here.
Yes, sir.
And we are back. We back. We took a little layoff. It was my birthday.
Yeah, man.
We had a party.
Big party?
I went to Mexico.
Oh, man.
Yes. I was in Mexico. Had a great time there.
Yep.
Shout out to Mexico, man. Shout out to Cancun, man. The people there were amazing. A lot of hospitality. I had my Raiders hat on, and they see me. They were
man.
When they see me, they was like, Raiders Nation! Raiders Nation!
They love the Raiders and the Cowboys down there for some reason.
Yeah, it's the Raiders, Cowboys, and the 49ers.
49ers, yeah.
Yes, they love that, man.
Yeah.
What's up with you, School? How you been, bro?
Man, I've been good, man. Busy, bro. You know how it goes. Been good. I am going to be taking over I'm leading the content team at Roots Picnic.
That's amazing.
So that's
Clap up for
news.
you, bro.
That's
Shout out to you, dog.
Very exciting
That's
stuff.
amazing, man. You've come a long way, Scoot.
Come a long way, man.
A long way. So shout out to that, bro.
Shout out to Live Nation Urban. Shout out to Natalie Leary. I can't thank you enough for tapping in with me. And you know, that's been about my last few weeks, man. Just back and forth emails, getting everything right, making sure the vision is going to be coming to life, and it's a challenge that I'm very excited for.
That's fire, man. Yeah, definitely. I'll definitely be attending Roots Picnic.
Sir.
Last time I went there was definitely a good experience.
It's a great experience, man.
The vibe was chill. It's different than Made in America.
It's like night and day.
Yeah. It's much more relaxed, chill, urban.
Yeah,
in a sense.
Kind of grown and sexy in a way too.
Yes. The folks are just laying on the lawn, the grass,
smoking their weed,
chilling, just drinking their drinks, listening to various artists, and it's been a great experience every time I've gone.
Yeah, I did it. And I shot activation in 2021. That was my first experience at Roots Picnic, and I've been itching to go back. So I'm excited for it. I'm just excited to be in the environment, man. It's cool, like you said. It's laid back. It's chill. You know, it's not a lot of younger people turning up, mosh pitting, and none of that stuff.
Nah, hell no.
So that's always a good vibe, man. You ain't got to worry about too much nonsense.
Right. Yeah. So if you haven't hit up Roots Picnic, definitely do that out. Try that out
For sure.
It's definitely a cool vibe for sure.
It is, man. Yeah. It is. And again, happy belated birthday to you, bro.
Thank you, man.
Thank you. The party was one of the best house parties I've been to in a long time. The vibes were good. The food was amazing. Shout out to Mama.
Mom Dukes came through, man. Dukes, man. Everybody left with plates. I've never seen so many people leave with plates, bro.
Yeah, man.
Like, yo, dog. Like, it was crazy. There was nothing left over, bro. Everybody got theirs.
They got fed. And then some, man. I'm sure you're eating leftovers all week.
Dog, today's the last day of leftovers, bro. It's party happened on Saturday. I'm pushing it. It's Wednesday, bro. So I'm pushing it with this plate I just eat. So I was like, you know what? This is the last plate, and everything else has to go in the trash, bro.
Great party though, man. So I'm excited to be back in front of the mic. You know, Let's get it rocking.
Let's get right into it, like we do every episode, man. Oh boy,
yeah. We got to start here. Neither one of us want to start here. We're tired of talking about this shit.
Yeah, man, but we got to talk about it because there's so many feelings, and I feel like watching that video kind of triggered a lot of people. People who have been through a situation like this, and people who have been around a situation like this. I feel like this video was definitely triggering. So I mean, we got to talk about the Diddy video. As much as I don't want to talk about it, I think it is important that we touch on that, just as a culture, and just as human beings.
Yeah, man, and just to keep piggybacking off what you said, neither one of us want to talk about this. It is very triggering. It took me some time to watch it, to like bring myself to watch it, because it's just, you never want to see that happen. You never want to see that happen to anyone, but for a man to do that to a woman on camera,
right,
you definitely don't want to see it happen. But my stomach turned. I had to like really prepare for this video. But in case anyone hasn't seen, trigger warning, CNN released surveillance footage of Diddy and Cassie's interaction at the Intercontinental and in Beverly Hills or Century City, one of the two, and it's extremely disturbing. To make a long story short, the camera picks up with Cassie with her bags walking seemingly to the elevator, and looking like she's trying to get away. She looks like she's trying to be quiet but fast at the same time, right?
All right.
So then you see all of a sudden Diddy running out of the hotel room in a towel, his hands holding his towel. So he was either sleeping or in the shower or something, that she was trying to get away.
Right.
And yeah, man. And then all of a sudden he just pulls her down, and he pulls her all the way down to the ground, throws her to the floor, and just started abusing her physically and kicked her twice.
Right.
And man, it just was so nasty and disturbing. And you can tell that she went limp, and you can just tell she kind of just hovered up.
Right.
Like that's her defense mechanism of this. This clearly wasn't the first time it happened.
No, not at all. Not at all. I feel like she's probably endured so much, that we can't even imagine.
Can't even imagine.
Yeah. And for me, when I watched the video, like, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I was just like,
couldn't either.
Because at the end of the day, like, we spoke about Diddy. We had an episode, we spoke about him before. And I didn't want to believe it, but like, I'm not a naive person.
Absolutely.
So therefore, I was just kind of like, nah, it really happened. Because once you see a lawsuit comes out and someone pays it so quick, I felt like it was like, lawsuit, here we go. I mean, he paid it so fast, where it was like, he did that shit.
Yeah, he did it.
He did it. So for me,
this was listed in the lawsuit.
Yes.
Yeah.
For me, seeing the video and seeing the lawsuit first, and then the video, it was just it just made it 10 times worse, because it was kind of like, it's one thing when you see something written down on paper, and there's another thing when you see it, like the actual footage. I gotta say, man, like for me, it was sad. It was heartbreaking that someone in this, in such a powerful position, such a powerful artist, mogul himself, would stoop so low and do something like that. You know what I'm saying? And not even think of the consequences behind it. And, in
public.
Right. And it just made me think, like, I have a daughter, I have a mother, you know what I mean? And just to think that someone would abuse my daughter or my mom or any female of importance in my life.
Absolutely.
I'd be heartbroken, bro.
Absolutely.
I'd be heartbroken. I'd be mad. And frankly, man, like, honestly, man, I would want to put my hands on Diddy. Like, for real. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel bad for Cassie's husband. Like, not only for Cassie, but Cassie's husband also.
Yeah,
I mean, because it's kind of like,
got to relive this shit.
Right. And it's one thing, like, your wife is telling you, like, all the bad shit that she's been through, but it's actually seeing your wife get abused in front of your face. That shit hits different, bro. Yeah, that's a different type of anger, to where it's like, yo, bro, like, I got to put my hands on this man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I, like I've always said, I don't condone violence, but shit like this, man, like, nah, Diddy, you need your hands, somebody to put their hands on you, bro. Like, for real, because there's no excuse for it. There's no excuse for it, and there's no room for that shit, bro. Keep your hands to yourself, bro. I'm big on that. Keep your fucking hands to yourself. If you feel some type of way, speak. Say how you feel. Leave her alone, bro. Like, don't beat her like that, bro. That shit was wild. That shit.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, man. And what some thoughts that came to my mind is if he is doing this in public, imagine what is happening behind closed doors.
Man.
Imagine the stories and the times that never made it to light, that weren't in the suit, but that she had to endure. Like you can just see in that video that this was not the first, the 10th, the 20th time. This has had to happen repeatedly, and they were together for over 8 years, right?
Yeah.
Over 8 years, probably even more than that. And how comfortable he just was doing it in a place that every square inch of that building is under surveillance.
Absolutely.
So it was really, really disturbing, man. And it's triggering, and I'm not trying to downplay the victims, but it's triggering to people like me who know women who have been abused and who have had to go through this shit, and people tell you this stuff, and your natural reaction is, we need to go handle this. This person needs a little taste of what they're putting out.
Right.
But sometimes you can't do that. You have to trust the laws and the police who are there to protect and serve, to do their job.
Right.
But a lot of times this shit gets swept under the rug. Like we've seen,
for sure.
This video happened in 2016.
For sure.
And, now the statute of limitations has lifted. They can't even go through, LAPD can't even go through with the assault charges. Yeah. Now they can file different charges against him, but the assault is null and void now.
Right.
It's sickening, bro.
And then for me also, it's like, the person who had this video, they should be in trouble also.
I agree.
They should be in trouble also, because you had that footage and you decided to be paid off by Diddy and take it away. And I mean, I get it. But at the same time, it's kind of like there needs to be consequences and ramifications behind that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because, you got paid off, but at the same time, he could have killed her, bro.
He could have.
He could have killed her. You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing is just like, all right, you got away with it, but now it's like someone suffers. Someone continues to suffer. Because had they had seen this, the public had seen this years ago, you don't know how many other people Diddy has abused after that.
Absolutely.
You could have saved so many more people from that. You know what I'm saying? So you got to think about these things when you decide to get paid off and sweep shit under the rug.
Yeah, man. And it also brings to mind just, that post that Diddy posted when the suit came out, trying to defend his name, right? And he was vehemently trying to defend his name.
Right.
I can't believe, they're talking about my name like this. I would never do nothing like that to hurt nobody, yada, 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 all that bullshit he said in that post.
Right.
And then this video comes out.
Right.
And then he gives us some bullshit ass apology where he doesn't even apologize to her.
No.
He apologizes to y'all.
Right.
And the apology is you're admitting to your wrongdoings.
Right.
You put your hands on a woman. You put your feet on a woman.
Right.
And now you're admitting to the guilt. So we got to look at his legal team too, and people that are advising him. And he shouldn't be making no fucking statements, number one. But number two, it's just like the arrogance of someone who has so much power that they have walked around for decades doing whatever the fuck they want to do. It's a spit in the face, that apology is how I took it.
That shit was a joke, bro. It's a joke.
Fucking joke.
Whoever his PR team is, whoever's guiding him, apparently they're not guiding him.
They're not.
You know what I mean?
Like Lindsay.
Yeah, right. Right. Apparently they're not guiding him. Apparently they're not doing anything for him. He has probably a bunch of yes men and yes women behind him.
Absolutely.
And just, because what the thing is, instead of, respecting him and giving him that guidance, they're probably afraid of him also.
Yeah.
I think that's all what it is because you can kind of see with certain shows and certain things, as soon as somebody steps to him or say something to him, he probably would fire you. So at the end of the day, he's probably created an atmosphere where it's like, it's yes, so, no, yes, sir, no, sir. You know what I'm saying? So I think what it is, the apology was whack. The apology was whack to me because at the end of the day, you're not apologizing because you truly feel that way. You're apologizing because you got caught.
You're apologizing because you got caught. You're trying to lean on I was at rock bottom.
No.
You know, I'm seeking therapy or
No.
sought out therapy. I didn't even finish the apology because it was so cringy.
It was cringy.
You leaning on all this shit, but if you really are doing what you're talking about, therapy, and you hit rock bottom and all this stuff, bro, you would actually see the change. And all we saw was him apologizing because he got caught.
For sure.
If this video never surfaced, we didn't get no apology.
Nah.
None of that shit. And I'm going to tell y'all what. Yeah, Cassie and them settled for that $30 million. That $30 million will never repair the damages that she had went through in all those years with this fucking psychopath.
For sure. For sure. And for me, man, just watching that apology, I'm just kind of like, come on, bro. Come on, man.
Nasty.
Like, let's be for real, bro. Because in the beginning of the whole lawsuit and all that, you were kind of like, oh, they're just after money, just a money grab. Everyone's doing this because of a money grab. Like, that's his exact words. Like, it's just a money grab. And it's kind of like, yo, bro, you had the opportunity from right then and there to be like, you know what? Let me get in front of this. Because you come on, man. You know, once people on your ass, shit's going to start coming out.
Oh, man.
So get in front of it. Then you apologize and be like, you know what? I did a lot of fucked up shit to Cassie. I did. She deserves this money.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, she deserved this money. I done unspeakable things, whether it was physical abuse, mental abuse. You know what I'm saying? All that. You know what I mean? So, you know, I apologize for that. I've been trying to go to therapy. He could have did it like that.
Yeah,
because now, bro, it's too late.
Yeah, it's too late. The court of public opinion is you're guilty now forever.
It's too late. So
there's no coming back from this. I don't even think.
So, and I believe everything that Little Rod said. I believe everything that Cassie said.
Yeah.
He did that shit.
Now you gotta think about all that stuff. All the stuff people have said about Diddy for years.
Right.
I believe it all now because it just looks. Man, he looked like a madman in that video.
Absolutely,
he looked like a madman. Evil, psychotic person.
Yeah.
And there's been stories about Diddy for however long, right? For mad long. Since we were kids. Right. And now it's just like, damn, bro.
Yeah.
That shit is probably true.
Yeah. Nah, for sure. And you know, people sliding in my DMs, because we did an episode prior to talking to Diddy, talking about people sliding in DMs, the comments, talk about, yo, get off Diddy's meat, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Like, fam, look, now what?
Now what?
And
they silent now.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it's kind of like, yo, man, when you I can read through the bullshit. I can sniff through the bullshit. I know it's real and I know it's fake. I've been around way too long, man. And I've been around way too many people to know when shit's real, man. So for me, we were just like, yo, bro, the shit's real, man. The shit is not fake news, man. And it's like, when Little Rod said the story, I was like, yo, Little Rod must have one hell of an imagination.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? He must have one hell of an imagination just to come out of woodworks with all this shit. Okay, I could understand some of the shit he could have embellished on. Some of the stuff could have been maybe a little fabricated. But the whole thing is a lie.
Way. That shit is rooted in some real stuff.
Come on, bro. Stop the nonsense.
Ain't no way, man.
Stop the nonsense.
Ain't no way. Diddy, please seek help, man. Like, you hate our people to go through this stuff.
Right.
And it's on center stage.
Right.
But that's out the window, man. Like, please seek some help. I hope you get better. I mean, it's a wrap. I'll never support ever again.
Nah, I'm good.
I'm good. Just, you know, but there's times where people can change and people can get better, but you got to put in the work. And if you're not doing that, then, hey, you're going to get what you deserve too. Right. Karma's a motherfucker.
For sure. And I'll leave off this, man. Like, we as a society need to realize that these celebrities are human beings just like us.
Straight up.
They make mistakes just like us. And we need to stop worshiping these people like they're like superhuman, you know, and realize that, you know, they're not perfect. You know what I mean? They're not perfect. And we treat them like they're just this God. And they're not that, man. They're not that. And at the end of the day, man, I'm done with Diddy. If I never see him a day in my life, good riddance, bro. Good luck, good riddance, man. Because at the end of the day, you the same motherfucker doing all this unspeakable shit, but you want to change your name into Love.
To Love.
Nigga, please.
Nigga,
please, bro. I'll leave one on that, man. I'm done, bro.
The greatest thing the devil ever did was convince people he didn't exist.
Right.
And that's my quote of the day. But moving on. It's been a lot of stuff that has dropped, content wise across the many platforms that we have. But you heard about this baby reindeer.
Oh my God.
Speaking of abuse, man, this baby reindeer went straight ham.
Bro.
Right off the bat.
Bro.
I was locked in the first 5 minutes, bro.
Yo, the fact that this shit was a true story.
A true story.
That was
not
wild
even based on a true story.
That was wild.
Not
to
even
me.
based on true events. That
Right.
shit said, this is a true story.
Right.
That shit is crazy.
Like, I don't know. Like, I don't even know where to start, man, when it comes to this, man. Because, the story starts out, he's just a regular dude.
Dude.
Bartending.
Richard Gadd is his name. And let me just add in before you get into it. Let me just add in that Richard Gadd is based on his true story. He plays the main character of himself.
Yeah.
They're in London, UK. Yeah, somewhere over there. He's Scottish, and he works at this bar. The story is based on him and his encounter with what's the lady's name? Lindsay, remind me of the Martha.
Yeah,
Martha and Richard developed this bartender customer relationship, and from there it just gets crazy.
Right. For me, man, a lot of it it's sad. A lot of it is kind of like, it just goes to show you that in this world, we always look at men being the stalkers of women.
Yes, we do.
But to see this, a woman being the stalker to a man, and then him going to the police station, they're not believing him.
They're not believing him, yep.
It just goes to show you, like, yo, bro, like, it goes both ways.
It does.
It goes both ways, man. And it's just really funny how, they thought it was like a laughing matter, a joke, like, oh, yeah, woman stalking you or whatever.
Why didn't you come sooner?
Right. Why didn't you come sooner? And, I have some gripes with Richard, because I feel like he could have nipped the whole thing in the bud in the beginning.
I agree.
In the beginning, because in the beginning of the show, she shows up to the bar and she comes every single day.
Every day
for hours and hours and hours on end. Is that not a little peculiar to you? Like,
nah, it is,
I don't
understand. At least you gotta raise your eyebrow, bro.
Yeah.
And then she finds his email very soon on.
Right.
She finds his email through his website.
Right.
And begins to email him over 100 times a day.
That's
day one. Emergency.
Right, bro. So my whole thing is just like, she's there. She comes to the bar every day, and every day she's sending you 100 emails plus. Come on, fam. Come on.
The writing's on the wall.
Come on, man. Like, so I feel like, Richard enjoyed it. He liked it. I think he fed in to the intention that Martha was giving him.
I agree with that. Yeah. I think he liked it. And I think that it was filling a void for him. And sorry, y'all, spoiler alert. We're going to get into it.
Right.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. Go watch Baby Reindeer. Right. But yeah, I agree that he enjoyed it. It was filling a void for him. Because she even said, what happened to you? She saw it, right?
Yeah, for sure.
She saw it. And then he just kind of started playing along with the emails. He kind of started playing along with her being in the bar, not charging her for, her drinks, telling her he's going to hang her curtains and all these sexual innuendos. And you kind of put this on yourself a little bit, Richard.
Right. For me, man, like, the crazy part for me was like, this lady, she found out where he lived at. And she sat at the bus stop every single day and night, bro. Like, that shit is crazy. It was freezing outside.
Raining.
She had fucking booger icicles on her nose and shit. Like, I'm like, yo, lady. And like, he came through with the napkin and just fucking patted her nose and shit. I was just like, yo, bro, this is crazy. Like, and I think it's a part of also Richard was a nice guy.
Yeah, he was.
He was a nice person. He had a kind heart, and he had a good heart. And I think that just came back and backfired, man. And I felt like, since he was also abused and went through certain things, I felt that he looked at Martha as a kind of like a shining light in his life. But at the same time, it was kind of like, yo, bro, like you're enabling the stalking.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You are.
He didn't help it until, he tried to move on with his life and found love elsewhere. And that's when he tried to push it away. But at that point, it was too late.
It was too late. And that's the part I want to talk about because, it happens in the industry. Like you said, Lil Rod, right?
Right.
So Lil Rod got abused. And now it comes out later on in the season that Richard had met. So Richard is an aspiring comedian.
Correct.
Trying to break into the entertainment industry out there in the UK. And he meets this guy who is a writer or like a head producer of a show.
Yeah.
He came to one of his comedy shows, taking a liking to Richard. And, Richard started to gravitate him because he, promising like, I'll get you in front of these people. I'll get you these meetings. I'll get you on these shows. And in the midst of all that, him and Richard started spending some alone time together. And what happens next? He starts drugging Richard.
Right.
Richard starts waking up at his apartment. Richard starts becoming hooked on, I believe it was, he was giving him heroin. He was giving him a bunch of stuff.
He was giving him everything.
Yeah, he was giving him a bunch of stuff. GHB.
Yeah.
Heroin. He got him meth. He got him all drugged up. And you see the process from a predator to prey. You see the process that it takes to lure somebody in. You see the process it takes to groom somebody to get them to do what you want.
Correct.
From if you're coming from a negative standpoint. And it was damning for me because being in this industry, you hear and see a lot of different stories, right?
Correct.
And what is even more mind-blowing is that we talk about a lot of women like Cassie. We talk about a lot of women who have been, sexually assaulted, the Me Too movement, Harvey Weinstein, Russell Simmons, all those people. We very rarely talk about when it happens to men.
Correct.
Men on men, women on men, however, it shakes out. But it is a real thing where men are getting drugged. Men are getting sexually assaulted. Men are getting lured with the promise that, I can help your career. We hear about the Kevin Spacey cases, right? And all these men that he has been accused to have abused. And that's the most eye-opening part of this series for me was when Richard's experience with, I believe the character's name was Darian. And it really opened my eyes, and we don't talk about it a lot. But there are so many cases where this happens, and it just gets swept under the rug. Shout out to Lil Rod for speaking his truth, and shout out to all the people who come out against the Kevin Spaceys of the world. But I think that this needs to be talked about more because it happens to men a lot more than we even think about.
No, for sure. I do. Watching this, it did make me think of the things that Lil Rod went through, because if you don't watch this and, from the outside looking in, you would laugh and be like, you know what? Like, Lil Rod is full of shit, or he's lying, you know what I mean? But like watching this and seeing this show play out in front of me, it made me definitely think of it and go, damn, like maybe he wasn't lying,
Yeah.
And, and a part of me that struggles is that people want their career and want success so bad that they're willing to endure so much shit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's become the norm.
Like at one part, like Richard could have been like, yo, I'm good. Like I'm going. Like after the first time he got drugged, like, all right, yo, this is it's not for me. Like, yo, this guy's raping me, whatever. But he wanted to win so bad. He wanted his career to take off so bad that he kept going back.
Yep.
And for me, it was just tough for me, man. But at the end of the day, some people, especially in this business, especially in music and any type of industry, you would say like you're depending on someone else, and someone's kind of just waving this like wand or this gold in front of you, and he's like, yo, I want this so bad that I'm gonna endure and put up with so much shit. And I think Richard did that, and Richard did do that, and it was just kind of like, for me, it was like, yo, this shit is fucked up, man. But and I felt bad for him because I was just like, yo, bro, like, he's not going to help you.
Nah,
he can't do anything. But you can kind of see, like, in the beginning, he gave Richard some crumbs. Like,
yeah, he did.
Okay, here we go.
Just dangled that shit.
Hey, write this, write that. He came to his comedy shows and helped him set up or whatever, and then he left. Because he knew he had Richard at this point.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So then Richard went searching for him. And as soon as like that phone call came and it boom, like he knew from the beginning. And I can tell from the beginning, like, this motherfucker, he wants your booty. He don't want nothing else. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So for me, it's just, and I feel like this really happens a lot in the industry. And like you said, man, a lot of the times it's women that go through that. But as you can see, also men, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I got a question for you, Steve.
What's up?
Because this also stuck out. But, coming into the beginning of the series, Richard had a girlfriend. Mm-hmm. And, all these things transpired and their relationship suffered. Clearly, it would suffer, right?
Right.
But, after the abuse happened to Richard started going out to gay clubs. Mm-hmm. Richard started hooking up with men. Richard eventually started dating a trans woman.
Right.
So what are your thoughts about that whole series of events, from Richard having a girlfriend to the abuse to now he's on the whole opposite end of the spectrum? Like, what do you think about that?
It was weird to me, but at the same time, it kind of made sense.
Yeah. Because
it was kind of like, maybe, and he said it himself, maybe this is what he wanted in the beginning. Because I felt like Richard, prior to everything going on, I felt like Richard wasn't really experienced, I guess, sexually or so.
Yeah.
And I felt like after that situation happened to him, it kind of opened the doors for him to how he really felt. Because my thing is just kind of like, and I mean, and I don't want to misspeak and say it in the wrong way, but my thing is just kind of like, after if you're not gay, you're not gay in a sense. I mean, if you like women, you like women. I mean, in my mind, I think regardless of how you feel, it's just like, yo, I mean, regardless if God forbid, I got raped by a man. Yeah. I would still, it wouldn't make me want to be with a man. It would make me want to be with a woman, probably even more. But I can't speak because I've never been through it. But for me, I think it just kind of opened the doors for him to figure out what his sexuality really was. Yeah. And I think he liked both. I think he liked,
I agree with that.
Men, and he liked women. So that's why for him, the trans woman worked, because it was kind of like, all right, well, she's a man, but she's a woman at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's how it played out in my mind, and how I interpreted it was that, the trans was kind of like that
happy medium in a way. Yeah. Yes. I agree. And that's how I felt too. And it just, again, it made me think about a lot of people that we have heard about this happen to, I keep speaking about Kevin Spacey, but his brother was abused when they were kids, and it kind of led to his series of abuse. And we, even like R. Kelly was abused as a kid. Right. And in no way is this an excuse for behavior, but I think when something happens to you that you aren't anticipating, or would never be in your wheelhouse of thought, that it can change you.
Right.
Or open doors to what you have been suppressing.
Right.
So that was an interesting part of the show. And again, like this abuse is widespread. It's nasty, and power and arrogance is fucking crazy, man.
Yeah.
A little bit of money and people taking advantage of someone's dreams and aspirations because you might be a little bit above them is fucking crazy.
Yeah. But I feel like it happens all the time.
Happens all the time.
Happens all the time.
Across every industry.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's a thing that needs to be highlighted. And I think that's a thing that we need to look out for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And report.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, at no means should you be using your power against someone who's trying to make it and take advantage of them sexually. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I definitely think, that is something that we definitely need to look out for and report that shit when that shit does happen, because that shit's crazy.
Yeah. And back to what you said about him wanting it in a way, he even found out that Martha was already convicted for stalking, serial stalking.
Right.
And he kept going.
Right.
And he kept interacting with her.
Richard was an interesting character to me.
He
was an interesting character because
I want to interview that dude.
Right. I would love to interview him just to see, like, ask him why, like, because a lot of things you could have stopped in the beginning, but you didn't.
Kept it going.
He kept it going, like,
he played into it. Actually,
he did.
Yeah.
He did, and then as you can tell, towards the end of the show, like when Martha was gone, it was kind of like, all right, I got to figure out why Martha was doing this.
Yeah.
Where a regular person like me, I would have been like, good riddance, I'm out. Like,
get
fuck
the
this.
fuck out of here.
But like, when you went into his room, he had like documents, and he was listening to all these recordings like all day and night.
Obsessed.
Like,
he became obsessive.
Like it was like a podcast, like he was saying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And at the end of it, he realizes what led Martha to being what she was and who she was and her behavior and so on and so forth, which was very interesting to me. Because at the same time, it was like, yeah, I get, why she was like that. But at the same time, I was kind of like, there's no excuse. There's no excuse. Yeah. There's no excuse. Martha, you crazy.
Martha, you wild. Speaking of like real life Martha, man, she was on Piers Morgan's platform and he interviewed her. And it's probably about like 55 minutes or something like that. I stopped at like the 25, 30 minute mark. She is absolutely batshit crazy, bro. Real life Martha.
Yeah.
Oh my God. If you can sit through the interview, watch it.
Okay.
But she is batshit. She's getting caught in lies. She's spinning shit. She is like, yo, it's so awkward. Like I couldn't help but to laugh. But like she's seriously sick. And now she's suing not only Richard for the Netflix show, she's suing Piers Morgan.
Like, why would you go on Piers Morgan and think this wasn't going to be a public thing? Like, it's
Piers Morgan.
Right. It's just stupid. But whoever played Martha in the show
killed
on
it.
Netflix, they killed that shit. That shit was amazing. They did a great job.
The accent was great.
Yeah.
The accent was spot on. I looked up the actress's name. I forget her name. Sorry. But she killed it. She did a great job. She might be up for an Emmy or something.
She has to be.
Yeah.
Because the way she was able to turn it on and turn it off, like she was very like, even kill and just relax and chill. And then Richard would say something very like minimal and she'd snap. Bang. And I was just like, yo, this bitch is crazy. Yeah. Like, yo.
She really drew you into to the film, man.
Yeah.
It was good.
It was definitely a good show. If you haven't watched it, check it out. Baby Reindeer. It's on Netflix. Great show. Great storytelling. Wasn't really happy with the ending. The ending ended a little abruptly and didn't, you wanted to see where it went and where they're actually at today with it.
Yeah.
So I felt like they could have, added a little bit more, but, to each his own.
It wasn't until you said something that I wasn't mad at the ending, but now that you were talking about it out loud, the ending was a little lackluster. Nonetheless, I still give it like an 8.
Yeah, I give it 8.
I give it an overall 8.
I give it an 8.
The acting was great. Yeah. The cinematography is great. Editing's great. Yeah. The writing is great.
Yeah. Yeah. The storytelling.
Storytelling was great.
Mm-hmm.
I give it an 8.
Nah, I give it an 8. Definitely give it an 8.
Yeah, solid 8.
Yeah, man.
Go watch that Baby Reindeer on Netflix out now. Yeah, man. That's all I got for Baby Reindeer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's enough. That's enough abuse.
Enough abuse. Enough abuse for the day, man.
Well, this next topic, some people might think is abusive.
I mean, nah, man. This next topic, man, I just think people just don't like change, man. And, you know, this podcast is called 7 p.m. in Philly, and a part of it is that we are going to talk about the things within Philadelphia, the things that are changing, good, bad, ugly, whatever. But we're going to talk about this, and we need to talk about this issue or this person because I feel like today, and I sent you an article, people are unhappy in Philadelphia. What do I think about the people that are unhappy with the things that she's done? I think that these people are full of shit.
Yeah, you can't have your cake and eat it too.
Right. You know, because at the end of the day, Cheryl Parker, our mayor.
Yep, mayor of Philadelphia.
Yeah, mayor of Philadelphia. She has come into office and she has shaken shit up.
Shaking it the fuck up.
Shaking it up. And I like it.
I like it too.
I like it.
I do.
Does she have all the answers? Is she doing everything great? No. But at the end of the day, she is doing something.
Yeah.
You know,
she's working.
She's doing something. She's implementing new things, and the city, if it goes according to plan, I think the city would be a better place.
I do.
You know,
I agree.
A lot of people are upset with certain rules and regulations that she's put in place. You know, I mean, I'll name a few. You can't wear a ski mask in public.
Why do you need to wear a ski mask in public?
Why do we need to wear a ski mask in public? It's weird, bro.
It's summertime now.
It's summertime, and these kids are still out here wearing ski masks out in public. Like since when wearing ski masks was a thing, bro? It's scary. It's creepy. Like at the end of the day, like the only time you wear a ski mask if you're going skiing or if you're planning to do a robbery, not just because you just want to go to the local grocery store, bro.
There's no need for it.
It's weird, bro. Stop wearing it. You know what I'm saying? So.
Anyone who has a problem with that, bro,
right?
I'm sorry, man. Like, why?
Right. And then she also implemented another thing, the street mechanics. So now
that was interesting to me. That one was interesting to me.
So now, you can't just be on the street just working on your car. And I don't think at the end of the day, like certain things for me, like you can't take it literal, because I don't think if you have one car and you're working outside in front of your house, I don't think it's an issue.
Yeah.
I don't think PPA or the cops are going to come over and stop and be like, hey, yo, what are you doing? No, I think it's the people that are outside these street mechanics that have 5, 6, 7 cars
lined up
under 95 in South Philly with oil dropping everywhere, parts all over the place. The shit looks dirty. I think those are the people that they're talking to, or the people that are working in front of their house that got umpteen cars that they haven't drove in 20 years, just sitting there collecting dust.
Yeah.
Like, I think in making the neighborhood look like an eyesore, I think those are the people she's talking to.
I even see it in West Philly a lot, just like those cars lined up. They're not even parked. They're double parked.
Right.
So those cars lined up, you're blocking traffic. The flow of traffic is all messed up. And people drive crazy in Philadelphia.
Right.
So you got people driving crazy. What if somebody's working on a car and swerve and hit that car, and the person working on the car just gets killed for some stupid shit?
Right. I mean, there has to be a way to go about it. Like, you just can't be out there working on, and you know, a lot of the response was like, oh, this is how people make a living, this and that, whatever the case may be. I get it.
I get that.
I get it. But at the end of the day, there needs to be a way to go about it. We just can't just have these cars out here in these streets just willy-nilly, or cars that don't move for like the last 5 years just out here. Like, nah, bro, like, we got to clean up the city. In order for us to clean up the city, certain measures have to be put in place. Right. You can't work under 95 with 1,000 cars under 95 and leaving it there for the neighborhood people to come and clean it. And I feel like the real property owners out here will understand that.
Yep.
It's the people that don't give a fuck. So it's kind of like, I don't own no property. It don't matter to me. So I'm just going to do whatever I'm going to do. Like, so nah. And she also implemented the tinted windows.
Yeah.
The tinted windows and all that. Bruh, guys, we got to be for real with ourselves. Everyone knows when you getting your tents put on, they say, yo, these shits is illegal. Yeah. And what do? Put them on anyway. Put them on anyway. Come on, bro. We all know that. If you go to the burbs, they pull your ass over. I've been pulled over plenty of times, and they go, yo, we can't see in your car. It's tinted. You know these tents are illegal. And you know what you say? Well, I never got pulled over in Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? Yep. You go to other cities, and they're going to tell you, like, yo, I went to New York. Yo, dog, your tents, dog, I can't see shit inside your car. Yep. You know what I mean? And, we all take it literal. Yeah. I don't think they pulling my ass over in my BMW with my tent. No. Yeah. What they're going to do is going to pull over the people, the hood cars, them Bonnievilles and all those Caprices and all that.
The Nissan Altima with the double tents.
Right, exactly. The getaway cars. You know what I'm saying? It's equivalent to the people wearing shiesty around. Ski masks around. It's the same thing with the tinted windows. Yo, bro, like there's crime that happens in Philadelphia. Yeah. And how do we get to that? Yo, you can't have tents. So now if you commit a crime, you ain't got no tents on your vehicle, the camera will catch you inside the car and see your face. Yeah. Same thing with wearing a ski mask everywhere. You commit a crime, you ain't got a ski mask on, you can't wear it. Now we can capture you. And what that would do? Ease up the crime. We have safer streets. Your mama's safe. Your grandmama's safe. Your kids are safe.
Walk down the damn block.
Like, come on, guys. We got to think of the bigger picture. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Niggas just don't like change, if I'm just going to be honest and frank, bro. Yeah. Like, niggas don't like change, man.
It's crazy. And it's, people talk about, niggas specifically talk about, how much we're persecuted, which black people are persecuted, unfairly. But when we talk about change, these are things that need to happen for change, bro. Right. Like, we have to think about the bigger picture. We have to think about, like, change isn't just going to happen because we say we want it to happen. Right. These are the things that need to happen. You don't need to be working on 10 cars that are double parked. Right. If you're talking about this is the way that you eat and feed your family, like, okay, go get an LLC. Right. Now, go get a business bank account. Now, all this shit is tax write-offs. Right. Now, let's talk about change. Like, stop trying to cut corners in this shit. You can't cut corners, right, bro. And I don't care about that. That ski mask shit, if you mad at that, talk to God, bro.
Right.
Talk to God, because that shit ain't no reason for nobody to be wearing no ski mask.
Right.
At all,
bro.
Tents too, man. Like, ain't no reason for your shit to be double tinted. If you, it looks cool, but does it look that cool?
I'm at a certain age now, bro. I don't give a shit. Like, I got tents on my car, but it's tomorrow somebody say, yo, you gotta get them tents off. All right, whatever, man. I fishbowl it out, bro. Like, it doesn't, like,
it's not that serious.
I know the bigger picture behind it. Like, at the end of the day, if it's gonna make my city a better city, a safer city, where my kids or my mom, my dad, my girl, like, won't get hurt, yeah, then so be it, bro. So be it. It's for the greater good, man. And then, then I hear people complaining about Kensington.
I was just about to say the same
Kensington,
thing,
bro. Yep. Like, there's no real answer to how to clean up Kensington. There is not. But you gotta do something, though, Scooter.
Try something. You have to try something.
You know what I'm saying? We see all the past mayors before, they have done nothing. And you know what it's turned to? What we have now. Nothing, bro. Yeah. So at the end of the day, she's coming in and she's trying to clean it up, regardless whether, they're trying to build condos or whatever the case may be. Like, these gotta get rid of these people. They just can't be sitting there just doing drugs. Like, imagine if you lived there. Yeah. You live on that street and your son, your daughter, got to walk to school and walk through that shit, bro. Like, come on, bro. You got to think of the people over there. You know what I'm saying?
You got to think of the economics, too.
Correct.
I hate to bring money into it, but you have to think about the economics. Like, isn't the World Cup or some shit coming to Philly?
Right.
Like, you can't have other countries and their leaders coming to Philly and Kensington people are literally shooting up in the street.
Right.
That, not only is it not a good look, but that should just not be a thing.
Right.
Having a
bonfire on the sidewalk, bro.
No. Like,
only time I've seen a bonfire was in the suburbs, bro. Yeah. Or on a farm, bro.
Yeah. Not straight up.
Not on the sidewalks of Philadelphia, bro. Like, come on, man.
It has to be cleaned up, man. And I don't know if the radical cleanup, like, so fast is the answer. Again, we're not politicians, but the change and the willingness to try something says a lot about what she is and how much she cares about the city.
Right.
There's a lot of people upset about, the cleaning up the Kensington streets. But again, we all don't have the answers. No. If we did, we'd be fucking politicians. But we're not. And she's trying. She's trying something. And we got to really sometimes just shut the fuck up and go out and vote locally.
Right.
Or deal with what's coming and fucking go with the change. Move like water. Right.
And then that's the thing, though. And that's the problem that bothers me. The same people that are complaining and writing all this stuff on Instagram and all that, like, oh, she doesn't like black people. She's not for the culture, blah, 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 blah. It's the same motherfucker that's not voting.
Right.
How you not going to vote? How you not going to put in your 2 cents on when it matters, but you're going to put in your 2 cents on Instagram? Like, that matters.
Stupid. My mom works the voting polls every time there's a voting cycle. The local, especially the local voting. This year, I think it's all day. It's usually like 6 a.m. to like 10 p.m. at night.
Right.
72 people showed up to vote locally.
Come on.
72 people.
Come on.
And people want to complain about shit,
but
bro?
then we want change.
How
you want change and you not out there voting? Like, come on, man. We got to be for real with ourselves, man. Then how do you want change? And like, yo, I don't like the way this is going. All right, then voice other options. What's your options? What do you have in mind?
What town hall meeting have you gone to?
Right. Like, you have nothing in mind. Do you go to your community meetings? Do you do anything in the community? Nah. All you're going to do is go on Instagram and just fucking complain, bro. And nobody want to hear that shit, man. Like, the city needs to change, and it needs to start somewhere. Whether it's good, whether it's bad, it has to change. And as time goes on, things will get better. Different things, different ideas will be implemented. Okay, well, this doesn't work. Let's change it up. Let's tweak this. Let's do that. But at the rate that Philadelphia was going, bro, something had to happen. Yep. And I fully believe that Mayor Parker is trying her hand at something. Does she have all the answers? No. Is she going to do everything the right way? No. But at least she's doing something.
Facts.
And I am happy with that, bro.
Facts.
I mean, so for me, if you don't like it, tough, man. Go out and vote. How about that?
Go out and vote.
Yeah.
Or shut the fuck up.
Right. That too. That too, man.
Quite frankly. Yeah, man. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mayor Parker.
Yeah, shout out to Mayor Parker, man. Shout out to Mayor Parker. I'd love to have her on the pod episode.
Too, man. I had an opportunity to meet her just for a second. Shout out to Rana.
Yeah.
For that event that Mayor Parker came through, and she was very nice lady, very gracious, very she wasn't no ego driven. She shook everybody's hand, gave them hugs.
Right.
It just was like an auntie.
Right. Yeah. No, she had came to PodCon when Gillian Wallow had. She was one of the first people to speak, and she was honest. She was real. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. When I look at Mayor Parker, I think she a real sister, bro. Like,
yeah, facts.
She give me that real sister energy. You know what I'm saying? And also, you got to understand, like, with Mayor Parker, she got to be able to play the game.
She got to.
She got to play the game. You know what I'm saying?
She's a politician.
She's a politician, and that's what politicians do. They got to play the game, bro.
You have to.
You know what I'm saying? So in order for the city to flourish, she got to play the game. She got to, rub a couple of shoulders, grease a couple of hands, and do certain things for things to happen for the city. Like, because at the end of the day, at the rate we was going, don't nobody give a fuck about Philly, bro. Don't nobody care. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, if she's going to do something, so betterment of Philly, clean up this, clean up that, so we can get some more investors to come into the city and help the city out, give some more money, then we can help out the education. We can help out the police officers. We could do certain things to boost up the city to make it a better city. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I fucks with it.
I fucks with it too, man.
I mean, so.
Yeah, man. That's all I got, bro.
All right. Well, I think that's what we've touched enough today.
We did.
Shit got me riled up, bro.
We kept it under an hour and 10 too, bro.
Right. Facts, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
got anything up and coming? I know you're doing the Roots Picnic. Anything else?
Roots Picnic next. We got Memorial Day weekend this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be low key.
Yeah.
Be very low key. I'm gonna spend some time with my family, my nieces, my brother, my sister-in-law, my sister.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be chilling, man. Watch some basketball.
Right. I'm gonna be drunk as fuck.
What you got on the slate?
I ain't got really nothing, man. Spend time with the kids. Family time. That's about it, man. Just chilling. You know me. I just like to go.
You gonna fire the grill up?
I'm definitely firing the grill up. I might
Save me a plate,
I
bro.
might fire the grill up tomorrow. Fuck that shit. Man, make me some burgers and shit.
Save me a plate, dog.
I got you, man. But yeah, man. But with that being said, man, I'm Scooter. This is Steve.
Damn.
What
You said I'm Scooter this Steve.
Oh shit! Oh my bad. I'm just ready to get the fuck out of here. My bad, bro. I'm Steve. I'm just ready to. I'm tired, man. My back hurt. I've been on fucking muscle relaxers all day, bro. Y'all lucky I got this fucking episode out of me, man. 2 seconds from calling y'all asses to be like, yo,
we got to reschedule
this shit, man. I'm high on muscle relaxers, bro. So my bad, y'all. But yeah, man, with that being said, man, I'm Steve. This is Scooter, man.
Yes, sir.
Thank y'all for tuning into another episode of 7 p.m. And we out this bitch.
Peace.
Wu-Tang, bitch.
Wu-Tang.
What I feel